Well, I'm delighted to be speaking today to Rachel McQueen, who's Managing Director UK for Destination Canada. Thank you for joining us today, Rachel.
Thank you very much for having me, Steve.
Well, you've been in your role since I think the first week of November. How have you settled into the job?
Well, I hope. I mean, it's fair to say I've learned a lot, and I think I'll be learning something new every day for the foreseeable future. It's a pretty big country, is Canada, and an awful lot to learn and to go out, and a lot of people to meet. But I've really enjoyed it. I mean, I had the second week I think I was in the post. I got to go over to Hamburg for showcase and to meet an awful lot of the partners, Team Canada partners over there. So that was like a kind of an intense induction. And then I've also had the chance to go over to Vancouver and meet the guys at head office. So it's been really good. It's been a whirlwind, but I've really enjoyed it. And yeah, now I'm looking forward to getting stuck into 2024.
What excites you about the role specifically?
I think when I applied for it, I was excited about the opportunity to promote Canada. I mean, place promotion is a real passion of mine. I've been doing it for about 2 decades now. But this would be this first opportunity I've had to kind of promote a destination like Canada to the UK. I've always done kind of UK inbound before, so promoting UK destinations internationally. So, a fantastic new challenge. Since I've started, I have to say, might sound corny, but it's the people that I've met, how welcoming they've been, the passion that they have for Canada, across the board, genuine interest, passion, knowledge, has just been incredible. So really looking forward to working with all of those people to promote Canada. And then just the ambition that the partners have, and really pleased to be part of that journey.
Was Canada a country that had interested or fascinated you in the past?
Yeah, and I think I'm possibly one of the kind of ideal UK target market specimens, because I've always wanted to go, but I've never been. Or I had never been before taking the role. So yeah, I've always wanted to go. I've known, I guess, the headline information about Canada, not so much the detail. So I found it interesting going on that journey that we're then hoping to take, those UK guests that have yet to visit Canada on, in order to inspire them to not just think about going, but to actually book their tickets.
As you said, you've previously held positions, I think Manchester, Cheshire, Lancashire. You've worked with Visit England and Visit Britain. Have you got an early sense in the role of how the challenges of doing something similar for Canada will differ from what you've done previously?
I think a lot of the challenges are the same. In place promotion, it's kind of, I find it funny in, marketing terminology, we talk about B2B and B2C, and we kind of work in a world of what I call D2E, which is like destination to everyone. We're trying to tell the whole world about our destinations, and they are, vast and multifaceted and diverse, and all of those types of things. So those kind of challenges are the same. The intense competition for international travelers, that's the same. I mean, it's a growing market. There's kind of growing international middle classes with a propensity to travel, but everybody is kind of in there fighting for them and trying to, get them to go to their destination. So that's kind of, I suppose, universal challenges.
Mm.
I think where Canada sets itself apart really is that Team Canada approach. I've been so impressed by the way that all of the different partners, whether you're kind of a small destination or a major province, or the kind of Destination Canada country level organizations, down to the individual kind of product owners, all just work so well together to, kind of pitch their wares and that overall Canada product to international markets. And I think that's where Canada really does stand itself apart. And hopefully we can kind of over exceed our market potential by building on that approach.
Okay. I mean, aside from the obvious immersion into a brand new destination and subject, have you been able to set any priorities and targets yet for 2024?
Yes, I mean there's the kind of headline level targets, which, Canada isn't unique in a destination that's seeking kind of value over volume. So looking for those guests who, will take longer visiting, maybe take a bit more time. I love the fact that, Destination Canada terms their guests not just high value guests, but high values guests. So, matching those values, seeking out people who are going to travel responsibly, travel lightly. So really aligning ourselves with those aspirations, obviously dispersing guests as much as possible into shoulder seasons and beyond, into parts of Canada that maybe haven't been considered by first-time travellers before. There's also, there's obviously some immediate priorities and opportunities for 2024, specifically the new WestJet routes out into Atlantic Canada, launching in May. So obviously for this year, that's something that we're really going to be working with partners to capitalise on and to make the most of. And then just in general, I suppose, building on the momentum. I mean, I think 2023, through various initiatives, the hard work of my colleagues at DC UK, but also programs such as Race Across the World, have really kind of heightened, I suppose, the awareness for Canada in the UK. And I think for 2024, it's really about building on that and hoping to kind of deliver additional visits as a result.
You touched there briefly on the issue of seasonality, which has always been something of a challenge, not just for Canada, but for most other destinations around the world. I mean, I guess for Canada, it is trying to get a more even spread of visitors to experience Canada out of the summer months, which is already very popular. I believe that autumn is a major focus and a season that you're particularly targeting at the moment. Is that correct?
It is, yeah, autumn, but winter too. I mean, Steve, when we first met, one of the things we were talking about was the fact that kind of Canada has something to offer everyone at every time of the year. And I do think that, one of the things that I love about Canada is that it does seasons and it does them properly. And when you've lived in the UK for as long as we have, and it's all kind of many of the seasons kind of merging from one beautiful grey, rainy wet day to another. The opportunity to experience proper seasons, I think, is something that really appeals to people from the UK. So yes, we're looking to very much profile autumn as a season, but beyond that, also winter and spring. I feel that there's a real opportunity there to have people visit all through the year, and to support our trade partners in selling Canada all through the year. And that's something that we're really keen to deliver.
Destination Canada has always been a big supporter of the trade, and I think it's got one of the longest running and oldest, and certainly one of the most popular training programs for travel agents. But you're very proactive in other ways too. I mean, how do you assess the current health of the Canada Specialist Program, and do you imagine any new additions or developments to that? As I say, bearing in mind it's already very popular.
Yeah, and I've been so impressed with the program itself, both in terms of the modules that I've taken in order to help my induction and my knowledge, but everybody I've spoken to that's been taken part in it, been involved in it, really raves about it. I think it's about to win an award, a kind of a platinum prestige award in the US, with the company that actually built it. I know Adam and colleagues, here have input a lot of intelligence and such into it. So I think we only want to grow it from where it is. We've got great feedback about it. Obviously, there's always new things to add into it, and we really want to keep it fresh and dynamic. And we also want to, maintain the things about the program that the agents and participants love about it. That it does encourage you to kind of learn more and do more and earn rewards and all of those types of things. So yeah, I hope we'll only go from strength to strength with the Canada Specialist Program, and we very much welcome new people getting involved in it and taking part in it.
I mean, Canada is a country that most people know a little bit of. They could probably name Niagara Falls, the Rockies, Vancouver, Toronto, etc. But it's one of the world's biggest countries, and it's got one of the world's longest coastlines. I mean, that adds up to an awful lot of product that that travel agents need to become familiar with and get their head around and decide which particular clients are suitable for which products and destinations. Would you say that very vastness of opportunities that Canada offers some great selling opportunities and commission making opportunities for travel agents?
Absolutely, yes. And I think the other thing about it is that it inspires people once they kind of put the toe into the water of selling Canada to just do more and more. I mean, the people that I've spoken to that started selling Canada as one of a number of global products a decade ago and then decided to become Canada specialists just because they loved finding out more about the country and visiting the country and all the many experiences that it has to offer. So I think it's a great opportunity, yeah, as you say, for agents to learn more and explore more and grow bigger itineraries for clients. But also I think we're lucky in that because of what Canada has to offer, it engages people with its products and then like I say, gets them to really stay around and stay involved and not move off and just kind of sell out other parts of the world. They kind of Canada gets their hooks into people and then we get them to stay involved.
One of the challenges or one of your goals has always been to convert that interest, which we know is out there in Canada, into bookings today and now, isn't it? But I think you've made a lot of progress in that in the last couple of years.
Yeah. And this is all, it's only done through teamwork and collaboration. It's not, Destination Canada cannot achieve this alone. Our Team Canada partners, do loads in market. But again, we're all very much aware that it's about collaborating and doing stuff together. And also, doing different things when that's the right thing to do, so that one partner might be doing something specific for a particular part of Canada or a particular season and another partner could be doing another, so that we actually do maximize that investment in the UK market, because we do very much see that there's real potential for growth out of the UK, particularly at the moment. So we do very much, we're kind of playing the awareness raising, driving that interest. And then how do we then kind of point people to the trade partners who are so important because they're the ones that make the conversions.
Sure. Okay, and finally, I'm guessing this year we'll see a few visits for you to Canada. What are you most looking forward to seeing and experiencing? And beyond the obvious goal of knowing and learning and seeing as much of the country as you can, are there any specific attractions and activities that are on your own personal hit list?
Well, I think, excuse me, sorry, I'll start that again. Obviously, I'll be going to Rendezvous, as we hope many of our trade partners will. So that's in Edmonton this year. So I'm really looking forward to that. Obviously, I've been lucky enough, as I said, to go to Vancouver already. But yeah, exploring some of the Rockies, I think, is got to be high up there. I'm a big skier myself, actually, so I am looking forward to getting to the ski slopes of Canada as soon as possible. Maybe not this winter, but next winter certainly. So, possibly Whistler and Banff and Lake Louise and all the famous ones, but also interested in Tremblant and, kind of just trying to explore as much of that ski offer as possible and the non-ski winter wonderland product that wraps itself around that. The new route to St John's, I have to say, I'm so interested in the Newfoundland story. I've not actually seen the musical Come From Away, but I've heard a lot about it. Lots of people talk about it. So I'm really keen to get out to Newfoundland, Labrador, explore Atlantic Canada. Obviously, it's so close. So, it's like once we get that direct route, it's 5 hours away. So, no excuse not to. And then I'm quite a big foodie in my private life. So getting out to Toronto, Montreal, to the cities and, experiencing some of that kind of the food culture and the, lifestyle that they have, I think, would be right up there on my list as well. But I mean, ultimately, I did say to Maureen, my boss, that I need to take a year off so that I can explore Canada and then I'll start work. But that didn't fly, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, look, thank you for talking to Selling Travel and Selling Canada. Good luck in the new role, and I hope you get to see and experience as many of those fabulous experiences that you just outlined there. And we will be doing our best and our bit to try to get the word out to agents on what a wonderful destination it is with such a huge range of great things to do. But thank you, Rachel.
Thank you, Steve. We appreciate it. Look forward to seeing you at Rendezvous.